I just really don't want to feel like I'm going to get bit by a snake every time I go into this backyard. So I've spent the past couple of weeks trying to fix that. It's been a process. But yesterday I finally finished the area on the side of the house and I transformed it from this into this nice little paver walkway. I can't even believe how much better it is and how much less scary. Do you see that little section at the end there? Yeah, that's what we have to work on today. I have to finish everything else around the pool. And it's going to be a hot one today, but I've got to get this project finished up. This is what my inspiration is for this area. I know it probably doesn't seem like that big of a project, but keep in mind I've already spent hours digging out old pavers over here. And I have to get rid of all the old landscaping rock that's just kind of thrown throughout the yard here. This would be so much easier if I was getting to start on a clean slate, but unfortunately that's just not the case for me today. I started out with trying to rake all the old landscaping rock into one area. It didn't work all that well, but I tried. And then I went ahead and got my shovel and I tried to dig out all of the weeds. Then I realized I'm actually going to use some of the landscaping rock, so unfortunately I'm just going to have to pull out all of the weeds by hand, which did mean that it was going to take me about 10 times as long, but you know what? We do what we got to do. I was sweating it up though. I was soaked and I smelled bad. I probably wouldn't recommend landscaping in July in Florida, but I did feel like I sweat out all the toxins. After all that, I was finally able to get my landscaping edging down, so I tried to use all of that to keep all the rock in a kind of uniformed area. I ended up deciding I was going to be able to use a lot of the old rock. I was just going to spread it out and it was kind of going to be my base layer and I could put new rock on top of that. After that though, that was the hard part, and then it was kind of smooth sailing from there. I set out all my plants to figure out where I wanted to put them. I ended up just going with flax lily because it's easy, it's affordable, and I know it's going to do well in the really hot sun here because there's not much shade around this pool. Then I was finally ready for the best part, which is putting down the landscaping rock. It made it look so good so fast. I ended up using the same type of rock that they used like 20 years ago when they did this. So because I used the old rock kind of as a base, I didn't have to use nearly as many bags on the one half that already had the old rock, which was nice for my back and my bank account. A few hours later, we were all done. So here's your friendly reminder of the before of the backyard. And here's the after. Now I still have to get mulch. I have to fix this pool light. And there's a little bit more landscaping to do. But it looks so much better. And no snakes. Follow along for the rest. Bye.